Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona RT Plus.
And a big thanks to Mike at Furman Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And that's for Mike.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Charger has been a performance car sold by Dodge since 1966. The 8th generation Charger that you see here is all new this year for 2025, available either as a range of 6-pack models, packing the new Hurricane 3-liter turbocharged straight 6-cylinder engines, and the Daytona models, packing powerful dual electric motors front and rear. Available either as a coupe that we have here, or you can get a sedan for an additional $2,500, available as an RT that we have here, which cranks out 494 horsepower, 404 pound-feet of torque. With a dual motor setup, you can upgrade to the Scat Pack for an additional $14,000 on the coupe, $2,500 extra for the sedan again, which gives you a higher output version of the dual motor setup, cranking out 670 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. You have to get the 2025 Charger to 60 in the low to mid 3-second range. The RT that you see here starts at $58,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So I really like the look of this Charger EV. I'm not the biggest EV fan, but there's a couple reasons why this might be my favorite EV out on the road today. We'll start with these LED headlamps and the slots from the hood to front bumper area with a panel for our advanced safety features, forward-facing camera, full front parking sensing, airflow for the internals. It's not an internal combustion engine here, just electric motors and batteries, but there are still things that need cooling, so the airflow does allow for that. I like the LED light bar, hopefully you picked that up on camera, and the slotted hood looks really cool. We get the RT Stage 1 badge on the upper right part of the fender area. The wheel and tire setup looks pretty futuristic and funky with the gunmetal gray and silver contrast. These are 20-inch rims wrapped in Nefra AUT all-season tires. I'm not sure if I've ever seen this tire brand before. The dimensions are 255/45 R20. The 255 square setup should put the power down, and the 45 sidewalls should keep the ride quality nice and plush. All body color trim for the wheel well area. We get a side sensor to help us out with the 360, additional camera on the body color mirror to help us out with the 360, blind spot monitoring on the glass. We get electronic door handles. You press the button, the door automatically shoots open for you, which may be a little bit of a problem if the battery dies, but if the battery dies, it's a full EV, you got bigger problems on your hand. You get black trim for the window trim, no panoramic moonroof at this price point. It would be pretty cool to get one, not the end of the world. Same rear wheel and tire setup, the only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Push to open charge port with a latch on the door to let go of the charge port once it's already in and charging. The rear styling includes an additional side sensor for the 360, full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. Shout out Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. Daytona labeled underneath the license plate bracket, and Fratzonic all the way down below. So what the Fratzonic is, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, but what it allows is for this EV to have gas engine noises, which we'll check out in 1 second. And I thought that this was really cool when I found out about this car. Of course, I'm not a big EV guy. I'm not sure if you guys saw the movie The Dilemma. It's like 15, 20 years old. It's not a new movie by any means, and it's kind of a chick flick too, but it has Vince Vaughn and Kevin James, so it's a little bit more on the watchable side of the chick flick category. Not the plot of the movie, but sort of part of the movie is that they are software engineers for Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and they're responsible for making an electric Dodge Charger, ironically. I don't think they were actually employed by Chrysler, just looking for a contract for the Charger, but their idea for the Charger was to make it electric and for it to have cool engine noises, like adjustable engine noises. You could press a button, have like 1967 Charger, you can have 2008 Charger. It was a really cool idea, but 15, 20 years later, that same idea from that movie is actually in practice in the current day Dodge Charger. Just something I thought was a little bit funny. But speaking of that Fratzonic engine noise, let's fire up this dual motor electric setup. Didn't think I was going to say that, but let's hear how it sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the Dodge Charger's dual electric motor setup, and it sounds surprisingly good. I was not expecting to hear that coming out of this electric power plant, and it's powerful too, cranking out almost 500 horsepower at 494 and 404 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this thing to 60 in the mid to high 4-second range, making it a no-joke performer. Serious improvement compared to the outgoing RT. It's also reasonably more expensive to get your battery behind this frunk area. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space is in this frunk. What you see is basically what we get. We can shut this frunk right down, take a step back, and walk around this 2025 Dodge Charger RT Daytona Stage 1 with the Plus package. But let's take a step inside and see what we get with the new 2025 Dodge Charger RT Daytona. And with the Plus, we get this leather stitching with red contrast up top, some of this carbon flare plastic illuminated material, gushy soft leather armrest with the red and white contrast, auto one-touch windows, 4-way adjustable mirrors. We get the booming Alpine audio system here, 2 hard plastic down below, but a ton of storage. Taking a step inside, we get a plastic Dodge step-in plate. The seats are perforated, heated, and ventilated. Red contrast stitching, and they're bolstered pretty well, but the bolsters are wide apart, typical with the Dodge Charger lineup. So if you're over 220, between 220 to 260, you'll still be more than comfortable in these seats. I've seen people over 300 pounds sit comfortably in these seats, so don't be afraid that they're overly bolstered, and they're still very comfortable while still being decently supportive. As you guys can see, the second row legroom looks impressive. I'll take a step out there after we check out the front. Electric adjustments for the seats, 2-way lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, power plant's already on, but this is where the engine start stop button is, and everything is fired right to life. So compared to the outgoing Challenger, I guess, since we're in the 2-door Charger, this is a really upscale interior. We get the 12.3-inch touchscreen, which is all new, and the 16-inch driver display, which is available on the Stage 1 Plus package. And either way, you'll get like a 10.25-inch screen, I believe. That we'll take a look at the window sticker and see exactly. But a really upscale interior, square-style steering wheel, reminds me a little bit of the new Corvette. Fat 10 and 2, solid 9 and 3. I kind of wish 9 and 3 cut out a little bit more for the fingers, but that's my only complaint with the steering wheel. It's really impressive. Soft rubberized horn area, loud and aggressive horn. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes, and they're thick. We get paddle shifters in the steering wheel too. We'll see what they control when we take it out for a drive. I believe it controls the regenerative braking, but of course we'll check that out towards the end. On the left side, we have our infotainment adjustments. You can hang up and answer your phone calls. Drive mode selector. Our drive modes include auto, wet, snow, sport, and those are our 3 modes. We'll start off in sport, try out auto, and see what the differences are. And we get a power shot, which gives you 30 seconds of a little bit of extra power with this EV motor. Adaptive cruise control, power tilt and telescoping steering column. That's an appreciated touch. Let's check out some of these infotainment adjustments. Right now we're looking at vehicle info. You can adjust this infotainment display for a calmer screen. Press it one more time for a navigation screen, and then right back to where we started. As far as the vehicle information, you're looking at tire pressure. You also have energy economy, driver information display, audio. You can adjust the heads-up display, messages, screen setup, speed timers, and vehicle info. My personal favorite would be the vehicle info, so we'll leave it there, and at the tire pressure. Digital speedo in the center, and a torque distribution on the right side. To the left, we have our interior brightness, auto headlamps, front release, and hopefully get a good look at the pedals. We get leather stitching for the dashboard and a large heads-up display. Hopefully you guys can pick it up on camera. The stitching continues for the entire dashboard. We'll move this window sticker real quick. We'll revisit that towards the end of this front seat. It's labeled Daytona. On the top part of the dashboard, we mentioned a 12.3-inch touchscreen. It has really good response to Google Maps display, Google's latest infotainment system. We get our heated, ventilated seats and heated steering wheel adjustments on the left side. Volume dial feels premium. Home screen, let's check it out. You can add your widgets, return. We get our navigation and song that's currently playing. Comfort, media, phone, vehicle settings, apps, and navigation. Vehicle settings, let's see what we get. You can dim the mirror, ambient color personalizations, and access your cameras at all times. Camera, autonomy, electric vehicle, dashboard, and settings. So autonomy, let's check it out. All your sensors are working. You press the sensor area to learn more about the sensor status. EV mode, you can creep by lifting the foot off the accelerator. That's pretty cool. It's currently on, and I'll leave it on. Power flow, driving history, schedules, AC charging level, and maximum battery level. the dashboard, performance pages, and drive modes. We already checked out the drive modes. For the performance pages, we get timers, gauges, G-force, and propulsion. Let's see if it works in idle. Nope. So the power only shows you the differences when you're actually driving. But we'll actually leave it there for the purpose of this review. It's my personal favorite to leave it at all times. Don't need the GPS, with heated and ventilated seats on the passenger side. We get our climate adjustments with hard buttons. Not everything is adjusted through the touchscreen. Big thumbs up to Dodge for that. We get our air vents underneath, 2 USB-C ports. You can turn off the parking sensing, turn off the lane keep assist, and turn off the traction control. Wireless phone charging pad with some additional storage. I like how this has a traditional gear selector. I haven't seen any other electric vehicles with one. Just pull all the way back for drive, push forward 2 clicks for reverse. Now that we're in reverse, we have a really high resolution backup camera, guidance lens, and trajectory with an over-the-top 360. Different overall views. We have the wide view, forward-facing view, wider forward-facing view, and the rear view camera with the trajectory, so you don't have to look at the 360. There's also more cameras, favorites, and vehicle. My personal favorite would be this first screen, and throwing right back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. Leather stitching for where your knee will often hit, engine start stop, electronic parking brake. You'll fit 24, maybe 32 ounce bottles with a square area for mug handles. Probably fit a cigarette pack in there. We get a gushy soft center console armrest cover with the red and white contrast stitching. It only opens in one direction. We get an additional 12 volt in there. Coin slot holder. You'll fit 8 to 10 12 ounce cans. The glove box, it is damped, not lined felt, but pretty large. You're fitting 25 license plates in there. I expect you to easily fit 2 pairs of shoes. Just about a frameless auto-dimming rear view mirror, sunglass holder, interior lights are LED, 3 garage home link settings, SOS, assist, door lights. No panoramic moonroof. You can double click to open up the trunk. I do kind of wish we had a moonroof at this price point, but really my only complaint so far. Let's take a quick look at this window sticker on this 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona RT Plus. With a $58,000 base price for the 2-door RT all-wheel drive. Pause to take a look at all the standard features. Options, we're starting with $1,600 for the RT Stage 1 with 496 horsepower, which I was under the impression that that's the standard power plan. So maybe when you build a car online, this $1,600 charge is factored into the base price, because I saw nothing about that online. Let me know in the comment section if you have more information. $5,000 for the Plus group loads this car up with just about everything you possibly want or need. $2,000 destination, totaling us out at $66,585. Definitely getting up there for a 2-door EV, but this is a good performing car. This is excellent when it comes to economy. 10-hour charge time with 240 volts and 308 miles of potential range. Put this window sticker back. Let's check out the back seat real quick. We're not going to be too in-depth with it because it is a coupe and I'm over 6 feet tall. But speaking of that, slide the seat forward. The seat automatically power slides forward, just like in the BMW 2-door cars. And just like in the BMW 2-door cars, it's surprisingly easy getting back here. The seat will slide back to its previous position. Wow, I still have like 2-3 inches of knee room, headroom, about 1.5 inches, air vents, heated second row seats, USB-C ports, map pockets behind both of the front seats. We also get a center cubby armrest, padded. You'll fit 24 ounce bottles, and you'll fit 3 people in the second row, booming Alpine speakers in each corner, and a padded armrest, just hard plastic though, up top. This is really comfortable. I was not expecting this much space. This is infinitely more spacious compared to the Camaro and the Mustang, and it's more spacious, a lot more comfortable than the outgoing Dodge Challenger. That's about it though, guys, for the inside of this 2025 Dodge Charger Coupe. Let's take a step out towards the cargo space, see how much space is in there, and then take this 2025 Charger RT Plus out for a drive. So the button to open up the trunk right over here in the corner, we get the electrically opening hatch style trunk, and it's massive. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space there is back here. But with this hatch style trunk, it allows you to fold the second row seats down with basically 0 wheel well protrusion. I'd expect you to fit a 75, 80-inch TV back here. You're not saying that about just about any other Dodge Charger in recent history. We'll check out some of the secret storage if there is any. There actually is a decent amount. You can fit a couple of purses, handbags, hooks in each corner for tie downs. And Mopar cars in general have had a really good location for their trunk drop button right over here in the corner. So if you have grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to lift it all the way up. And it gives you a couple seconds to take a step back. So if you do have grocery bags in your hands, you don't have to worry about getting doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all new 2025 Dodge Charger RT Plus Stage 1. It is a really nice car. It's getting up there in price, but it's got a ton of power, ton of options and features, a ton of space, and it looks sick. Performance-wise, let's take this 2025 Dodge Charger RT Stage 1 out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona RT Plus. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions in sport mode, sounds surprisingly good. On the rocks, powerful. Instant torque makes it feel so strong. Uphill, these beefier tires, I mean, they're 45 sidewalls, but they feel a lot better than sports car tires compared to some of the other Chargers we've reviewed on this channel. Runs with the bumps really well. Big bump. Great ride. Little speed bump. And you definitely feel it, but it's also really composed. Hopefully you can hear this artificial exhaust sound too. Instant torque. Steering also feels very good in sport. It's not overly heavy, but it's very sharp and direct. We can take a step out here. I'm going to try it out in the power shot mode. And let's go. Good Lord. Yeah. You look down and you are moving in the power shot mode. Moving pull. That is really quick. Really, really quick. Yeah, the paddles are strictly regenerative braking. And I'm personally not the biggest fan of regenerative braking, but like right now, I haven't even touched the brake pedal yet. Still have not touched the brake pedal. Still have not. At no point did I just need to touch the brakes. So if you're looking to only replace your brakes once every 100,000 miles, this regenerative braking system may make that a distinct possibility. But outside of the braking benefits, I'm going to turn off the regenerative braking altogether because I personally find it a little bit on the annoying side. I like to let go of the brake pedal or gas or accelerator pedal in this scenario and not feel like my head's about to fly through the windshield. About half throttle. Oh gosh. It's a fast car. 4.5 seconds, 0 to 60, yes, but it's the way that the torque is built. The moment the power starts to get built, to the moment you let your foot off of the throttle, you have a consistent shove into your seat. You can take out a sport real quick, throw it in auto, gets a little bit quieter, traction control gets turned on, but you still get an engine noise. It's not very loud. It also feels a little bit slower for the responsiveness, but it's definitely not a slow car by any means. Slow down a little bit, normal mode, we'll lean into about half throttle. Oh God, yep, normal mode is still really fast. Sport's just a little bit faster. We'll throw it back into sport. Oh yeah, immediately gets a little louder. More responsive through the foot, and it builds power quick. I mean, it's an electric car, but with this sound behind me, it feels like it's something that can potentially fool me. Looks like a good opportunity to try one out off the line. Throw right back into the power shot mode. Off the line, on the gas. Woo! Brakes feel good. Throwing it in. Handling is also good. Fast. I can't wait to get my hands on a Scat Pack. I was not expecting to like the electric Charger this much. Brakes, throwing it in. Handling is good. The throttle is actually so responsive that it takes a little practice for timing your exit through the turn, if you know what I mean. Because if you step on it a little bit too strong with this front and rear motor setup, you can understeer pretty easily. but with good timing, whoop, a little oversteer is also a possibility. What a great car. I was not expecting to like the electric Charger this much. I've said it multiple times, but I'll say it again, bump. To be this good when it comes to performance and this comfortable all around. And yeah, performance-wise, this is as quick, it feels as quick as the outgoing Scat Pack, that's for sure. And it handles better. Oh, it definitely handles better. Brakes, steering. It's almost like there's a blow-off valve going on too with this artificial noise. A little bit of understeer, but nothing. Ooh! Yeah. I don't think we need to beat it up any further. This thing is a beast. My only complaint is when you're really pushing it, this throttle in sport mode is stabby and you can understeer pretty easily. If you time it right, you can oversteer as you saw, but you're more likely than not going to understeer. So I'd recommend not being too crazy in this thing. It's very heavy, it's very powerful, and it's very capable, but be careful. It's still a heavy, powerful, electric instant vehicle that doesn't necessarily love being pushed through aggressive corners. With the Scat Pack, you'll have wider tires, you can get some performance tires, it's a whole different conversation. But I've never even heard of the brand name of these tires. Not necessarily ideal for pushing a vehicle with this much power and this much weight. But overall, guys, if you're looking, that's the red light camera alert, but if you're looking for a luxurious, great performing, spacious, and modern electric vehicle that gets over 300 miles of range, that can do 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, and is genuinely comfortable and accessible. I mean, I've been seeing these already throughout just about all the dealerships that I've been going to. I mean, it picks up speed so ridiculously fast that I can't even concentrate on what I'm saying. But this is an accessible, high level, high performance, good value electric vehicle, which in my opinion might be somehow my favorite electric vehicle that I've ever driven. I've driven some sick electric vehicles, RS e-tron GT, I've driven some really cool Tesla cars, I've driven some really cool BMW electric cars, but those are way too expensive. Even this at 65,000 bucks, I wish it was cheaper. But compared to every other EV for 65,000 bucks, I really think you're getting your money's worth here. I wouldn't necessarily get the Plus package. I'd probably keep this as bare bones as possible, or I would go for a Scat Pack. But either way, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. If you're looking for a premium electric vehicle with great performance, great comfort, and the most modern tech, this 2025, Dodge Charger Daytona EV is an awesome EV. If you want to go with the Hurricane, it's also available. I'll try getting my hands on one of those for you ASAP. But either way, this is a really impressive platform. I was not expecting to like it this much, and I would 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Mike and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Mike, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.